So, my guess was right after all. Come to think of it, why did you come back? Only you and not your dad. This is why I came back. Zell pulled an open envelope from her pocket. It was the international mail sent to Zell's address. Zell's current alias was written in neat letters. Who sent that letter? The truth is, since the time I left Japan, I've been exchanging letters with Madame Rose. Yo! Epic! Big brain. Oh, I didn't know that. No one else did either. Rose, who felt deep sympathy for Zell's past, had been hurt that they'd forced Zell to leave Japan, and so chasing her out. Starting with a letter of apology. For that, the two maintained correspondence. What sort of things did you two write about? Everyday life, ordinary things girls worry about. And of course, we also wrote about Madame Rose's ideals, her passion for them, and her worries. I guess there are some things it's easier to confess to someone far away. Exchanging letters can be pretty deep. I wanted to send you letters too. No helping it. Where's Small Fry? They didn't tell us Zell's address. And so at a certain point, Madame Rose's letters started to seem strange. At a certain point? Yep, around the time she was greatly injured in a certain accident. If it was about her being greatly injured, it must mean the sniping attack on Madame Rose. On that day, she was attacked at a public hall and shot down. She might have called it an accident just to stop Zell from worrying. In actual fact, the situation was slightly different. Rose had been carried to Shizuoka, and after recovering, she had been forbidden all communications with the outside world. However, she had asked that they make one exception, and let her continue her correspondence with Zell, which had been ongoing until the incident. It didn't happen frequently, and it was with someone in a far-off country. She had asked Wayne, who discussed the matter with Richard. As a result, she had been granted special permission as long as the letters didn't contain any information about the trouble with the GDS or her current location. In other words, her personal letters were to be censored, and obviously they were going to be read. Even though Wayne had grown up in the alleys, he knew that this was a violation of Rose's privacy. However, Rose said she didn't mind, so she was able to keep up a correspondence with Zell alone. The censoring of the letters was carried out by the people in the Shizuoka organization. This happened not just for the letters sent by Rose, but also Zell's letters, which were brought by Wayne from Tokyo. However, because Rose kept her promise and avoided mentioning any uneasy subjects, she was allowed to continue her correspondence. It was too neat. Uncomfortably so. Ever since a letter saying she'd recovered and could write again, the letters were neat, almost like a literary work. Zell put two letters side by side. Guess even Madame Rose is a girl. Her letters are cute. Her little fucking hearts over the eyes, every time. This one looks stiff as a textbook. Zell had brought the letters from her correspondence with Rose so far. You could tell by looking that the writing was formal at first, but it gradually opened up and became more girlish. Since she always needed to be Madame Rose, her letters with Zell might have been her only opportunity to open up her heart. Until Leo gets in there. That was how lively and fun those letters were. However, they changed dramatically after that incident. The handwriting was the same, but the atmosphere was very different. Though you might think they were written by someone else entirely. Days of peaceful living were spelled out calm and poetically. They talked about the blessings of the weather and flowers and black tea. It was all written with such monotony that Charles likened it to a textbook. I can't read. What's this? It's like a letter written by a fairy. When I asked her if anything had changed, she kept saying I don't need to worry because every day was a blessing. I'm pretty dumb, so I don't get it. What does it mean? What's Madame Rose been doing ever since she was shot in that incident last year? Where is she now? Well, that's top secret. They're afraid of a second assassination attempt. Yeah, a year later on her. So they aren't telling anyone where she is these days. Apparently Wayne's been with her this whole time, guarding her. What's the point of guarding her? Rumor has it she's been switching luxury hotel suites around the city so the enemy can't figure out where she is. Doesn't anyone know where Rose is? Rumor says that other than Wayne, only the consigliere and Grand Boss know. Well, of course, since if something happened to Madame Rose, Primavera would be done for. Something has. And it's been a year. They're clearly just phasing her out of existence. Did Madame Rose retire after last year's incident? No, she didn't. She supposedly been working like crazy, even though she never shows herself. Primavera's changed focus is apparently the Madame's decision. Doubt. You mean how have they abandoned decisions with the GDS and have been strengthening their confrontational attitude toward them? Can't really believe that Madame Rose would say something that scary. Well, we thought so back then, but she's a person who goes all out when she gets serious. Yeah, okay. But she's not stupid. Maybe she lost her patience even when even Stella and Yuji ended up dead. No, I don't mean that. I mean the stuff about taking money from people across the city because they needed to fight the GDS. Well, I guess I understand that it takes money to protect people. Even though she rose up to protect the city from Caleb, now she's doing the same thing he did? When people say that about Madame Rose, I feel hurt. We need money to fight the GDS, so I want the people to share in that burden. Did Madame Rose ever announce such a thing personally? Supposedly she did. It was only a meeting at the execs, though. That's not publicly saying something. That's not announcing it. They say she gave a speech about it at a meeting of their top-level execs. Ever since that incident, Rose's location has been an absolute secret. There's no way she'd appear in front of people. Is there anyone who claims to have directly heard her announce or give a speech about changing to a Warhawk policy? I mean normal people, not a closed room like a top-level exec meeting. I don't think so. That's why some people still don't believe it. Good, those people are based. They say there's no way Madame Rose would let Primavera suck money out of their countrymen. They say they won't pay up a penny until they hear direct from Rose's lips. That's what I'd say. Fuck it. Even if I get, robbed or shit. Unfortunately, they're probably floating in Tokyo Bay by now. Yeah, Rose wouldn't do that. 100%. So my guess has been right from after all. Thank goodness it was worth coming back to Japan. Madame Rose saved me and Dad. Maybe now I can finally return the favor. I don't have a clue what is going on. What are you talking about now? Madame Rose is probably being held under house arrest. Lobster vest? House arrest, you moron! That'd be like if someone locked Madame Rose up somewhere and wouldn't let her go. What? Quiet, you're too loud. How could you know something like that? In the letters up until now, she always spoke frankly about the hardships and the things she did as madam. Then once the incident happened, all of that disappeared from her letters. It means she's no longer involved in Primavera's work. Then when I mention that her letters changed, suddenly she responds by saying there's nothing wrong. There's probably proof that she's under someone's observation, with her letters getting censored. But she was still able to send letters. An enemy would never let her do that. An enemy force. So this is house arrest. In other words, Madame Rose's allies are restricting her freedom. I'm pretty dumb, so I don't get it. What does that mean? It means it's a fucking coup. Well, it's definitely possible. It was such a horrible incident that I thought it would be possible for even a Buddha like Madame Rose to lose her patience. But even so, I thought the change was a bit too drastic for Madame Rose. The truth is probably this. After the mysterious attack 1 year ago, the whole city whispered that the GDS did it, but they weren't able to find any proof. That's true, right? Even you wandering dogs with your keen noses weren't able to find any clues after searching for a whole year. Yeah. Madame Rose is a person who'll fight when the time comes, but she'll never resort to violence unless there's a truth that's worth fighting for. So no matter how many rumors go around saying the GDS did it, Madame Rose would never accept that they were the masterminds unless she had proof. However, if some people were already certain that the GDS was the enemy, Madame Rose's prudence wouldn't make them happy. If Primavera didn't seek retribution, we'll end up getting beaten up one-sidedly. In the world of men, it's incredibly dishonorable to get beaten up without striking back at all. And most importantly, a fist raised in anger can't remain raised forever. Yeah, I've heard that one. Unless you can quickly swing that fist down at something or anything, then you'll be crushed by sadness. By now, the other two understand what Zell was trying to say. The letters had undergone a change that was eerily dramatic. As Zell said, it clearly showed that Madame Rose was being kept under house arrest. In the incident a year ago, with its pitiful victims, someone had wanted to take revenge right away, without waiting for Madame Rose's decision. Guess he's a fucking bitch. Fuck Richard. And that person, Madame Rose, was too cautious. They must have felt she was in the way. And to that person. Nina and Charles looked at each other and gulped. Wait, you don't mean... So then maybe Primavera has been... Yeah. Probably started a year ago. Real control of Primavera has been stolen from Madame Rose. Real control. No. She's still being held somewhere. And she hasn't even been told what's happening to Primavera. At this rate, Primavera is going to get further and further from her ideals. Not at this rate. No, at this rate, Primavera is going to do things Rose would want to avoid at all costs. That's why I came back. Please, wandering dogs, lend me your strength. We've got to rescue Madame Rose. Sure. Keep it going. Club Primavera, Castle of Beautiful Women. 3 years had passed, but it was still clearly the untarnished center for nighttime entertainment. At night, they were open for business, but during the day, everyone was asleep. Well, the world of ladies of the evening has day and night flipped, so the early morning was their time off. It takes me back. 3 years ago feels like yesterday. Nothing's changed at all. Or, apparently not. When he approached the club, formidable-looking men started pouring out of the many black cars parallel parked in front of the club. Glad to see business is doing well. Doesn't look like we're having any trouble finding bodyguards. Hey you, this is an establishment for wealthy gentlemen. Run along home. This is no place for someone as obviously penniless as you. I'd like to meet with Madame Rose. She here? Why are you looking for Madame Rose? The man's expression suddenly grew dark. Well, I know the circumstances. Rose's hiding place is an absolute secret. Don't worry. She wants me. Looks like they'll show no mercy to someone trying to find out. Rose should be off work by now, right? I was hoping she'd get me some food. Or what? Are you saying she's so popular I need a reservation? What's this guy talking about? Are you drunk? Hey, it's the bosses. Hey, buddy. Now there's an unexpected guest. Hey there, Maurice. What are you doing in a place like this, picking on the kids? I'm the one being picked on. Please help me. What? Fools, who do you think this is? Just a retired wholesale crepe seller. What's going on, Maurice? He's back. Looks like he finally grew legs. Leo! Leo! Nice suit. Have you gotten a bit fatter? Idiot. At least call me pleasantly stout. Cyrus hugged him tightly with his bear-like arms. By this point, the ones Maurice had called fools were starting to remember Leo. Yeah, you guys are getting fired. Second later, and these scary men would have thrown me out. Don't take it the wrong way. There's a lot of guys who've joined up since you left. Still, even if they don't remember your face, I'll bet there isn't one of them who doesn't know your name. Everyone listen up. He's our lifelong honorary advisor, the legendary man of the Knight of Roses and Guns. Leo Shishigami has returned. That's Leo. Crap. I yelled, hey you, at Leo. Seriously, he's Leo, that legendary man. I wish he'd made that announcement inside the club. I prefer women squealing to men muttering to each other. Sorry about that. Is Rose here? Lots happened. Rose is hiding at the moment. I don't care. Let me see her. I'll fill you in on the details later. Won't you come with us, Leo? We're about to meet up with Richard and have breakfast. I'm sure Richard will be glad when he hears you're back. Hop in, babyface. I see you're still the same old heel face. They're 100% not going to let him see Rose, though. A billion%. Leo, huh? I read all the stories in the newspaper about the country you went to. I hear they succeeded in achieving their independence. Congratulations. The accomplishment isn't mine. They're the ones who won their independence. Yeah, you didn't help at all. All I did was fulfill my promise to help at long last. Does this mean your war is completely over and done with? Pretty much. It doesn't feel so bad. Or I don't feel so bad. Fuck. One of those. This is you, after all. You must have taken a valorous part in it, yes? Yeah, no big deal. Well, I got a huge medal from the president. It's not very good, though. No chocolate inside. You and your jokes. It really takes me back and makes me feel at ease. When do you get back? I heard the fighting itself ended long ago. Well, there were war buddies and old friends there. It was too comfortable. Summer was over before I knew it. Fucking Leo! Rose needed you. I returned today. Actually, it was yesterday. He'd spent the night at John's house. It was a rough night. Listening to at least some of what had happened at these 3 years. Oh, what about your baggage? What did you want? Some souvenir from the South? That wasn't my intent. This is you, after all. You must have chosen some cheap lodgings at night, at random. You are, after all, an advisor to the family that represents City 23. It won't look good for us if we didn't supply you with suitable lodgings for your rank. James, find the best hotel, suite in the best hotel. Yes, boss. Hey there, James. Your watches get more luxurious every time I see you. There weren't many men who noticed that. Even in this sense, James could see Leo hadn't lost his edge. Understood, Richard. I'll prepare the best suite, one fitting for honorary advisor Shishigami. Leo, any hotels you'd prefer? After all, we are the kings of City 23. I'd prefer one in the bed in Madame Rose's room. We'll happily supply a suite in whichever hotel you'd like. Heh, you've got nothing to gain by hesitating. Eventually, several items of food, too luxurious to be called breakfast, were brought in. They probably intended to celebrate Leo's return, even though it wasn't even midday yet. Many expensive bottles were set out. Leo, this is all to celebrate the end of your war. Please, don't hold back. Enjoy it to your fullest. Richard clapped his hands, and a group of ladies of the evening appeared. Yes! Smother me, please. Apparently, they didn't intend to make Leo drink from a glass poured by a man. Hell yeah. Fucking fountain time. The women were all off-duty people they'd managed to scrounge up. Normally, they'd be in a bad mood to be summoned so early in the morning, but this was the legendary Leo. Immediately, the restaurant was filled with the shrill cheers and bewitching voices of women. He thought for a moment that this might be annoying to other guests, but apparently that wouldn't be a problem. After all, formidable-looking men had already chased out all the other customers, reserving the whole restaurant. It was as though the people had evaporated, leaving their half-eaten meals behind. Sorry, miss, to make you fill glasses so early in the morning. Yeah, the legendary Leo Shishigami called me miss. No, it was me. Isn't that right, Leo? Hey, which hotel are you staying in, Leo? I've never seen the rooms of a suite. Hey, won't you show me around? Oh, fuck. Horny. Well, dang, the charms of women after 3 years are even more potent than the alcohol. Whoa, It's Rose here. What about Stella and Meryl? Awkward. You truly did come at a good time. It's the same as it was 3 years ago. You appeared during a truly difficult period for Primavera. Even though Leo had heard a bit about it from Jean, he asked them of what had happened during these 3 years. So this time, Richard and the others told him about the soy sauce war 2 years ago and the attacks 1 year ago. Ah, fuck. So Lee did that, huh? I didn't want to believe it either, but it is a fact. Leo's not going to believe this at all. There's a 0% chance. Leo's not a fucking dumbass. You trust these secret conversation letters? The major in the American Military Information Department investigated and they confirmed them to be absolutely genuine. If true, that's pretty decisive. If. Yeah, those GDS boys really are terrible. We've got to avenge Stella and Yuji. It really ticks me off when they act like our Japan belongs to them. Let's see. They still refuse to man up and admit to those incidents. At this rate, if we allow them to attack without retribution, we won't be able to protect the unity of our countrymen. We gonna talk about how you guys killed Yuki? No, we left that part out. To protect our countrymen, we will rise up against anyone, no matter how powerful they may be. The GDS has formed forces with Bajan Bong. If we want to duke it out with them, we need a military force of equal strength. Makes sense. I was wondering why the city was so full of disreputable types. Sean had already told him. In the past year, City 23 had been scounging up thugs and hoodlums from other cities in the countryside. Of course, public safety had grown worse. On top of that, the occupying forces were in bed with Primavera. Other way around. No one would try to crack down on the hoodlums employed by Primavera. Not at all. They are reliable comrades, standing at the front and protecting our countrymen. Come on, get the fuck out of here. After all, there's no shortage of former soldiers looking for work. These are people struggling for money and day labor jobs, if you ask. You can find as many as you need. Scrounging them up is fine and all, but won't that take a lot of money? Well, pretty much. But that's not something you need to worry about, Leo. Of course, if we want to fight for our countrymen and resolve, and their resolve is not enough. They stand at the brunt, but they can only do that with the support from the home front. Richard. It's business. Please excuse me for a moment. Enjoy yourself. A bunch of men had just timidly entered the restaurant, clutching their briefcases as though their lives depended on it. Hey, speaking of the money. Perhaps to avoid disrupting Leo, Richard guided them to a table at the far back of the restaurant. Yeah, like he won't notice. What's that? That'd be our support from the home front. Business, huh? Strictly speaking, no, that's goodwill on their behalf. Come on, really? Dude. I know Primavera isn't the good old at-home place it used to be. We're different from how we were when we gathered together around a small table, stuffing our faces with pasta. Looks like it. Madame Rose's ideals, the leadership to protect and guide our countrymen. During these 3 years, Richard pushed forward in search of those things. I'm fully aware of that now. I can totally understand how Richard worried and what he thought after losing Stella and Yuji. It's true that it's gotten a pretty cold sight to look at. In the back table, the briefcase brought in by the fearful men were being inspected. Of course, they were filled with stacks of bills. Disreputable-looking men snatched them away and started counting them. It's support money. Happy to help is not exactly how they look. Leo. On the battlefield, no one happily signed up to serve. I did. None of them wanted to go to war. But for the sake of the country, everyone shared in the burden. See, so they're sharing the burden too. This time, formidable-looking men carrying briefcases came stamping forward. One after another, they proudly showed Richard the contents of these briefcases. How's that consigliere? Look at these stacks. I'm so talented, like totally. Well done. I'm surprised you managed to gather so much from such reluctant people. Whether it's collecting money or knife work, no one can top me, like totally. Oh, these fucks. Huh. Still, Tequila, isn't going for the daughter a bit overboard? Hey, once brother sinks his fangs into his prey, he never lets go. Sure, yeah, when I sink my fangs into him, they don't get away until I swallow them whole, like an anaconda, like totally. Don't tell me he's a regular at your pasta gatherings, too. That's Tequila Matobe. He's crazy, but he's good at collecting money. Wasn't that your job? Collecting money is a job that takes insane stamina. It's only for the young. I graduated long ago. Consigliere. Oh. President, what's going on here? There doesn't seem to be enough money. And it isn't even close. An elderly gentleman who had been shaking for a while started crawling on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. I just couldn't get enough. Our subcontractors are all at their limits too. We can't ask for any more. I believe everyone has been subject to the same conditions. Everyone is bearing an equal share for the burden required to protect our countrymen. Everyone else here has shared in the same hardship, at great expense to themselves too. I'll definitely find you the money. If I could just get a bit more of an extension, I'll definitely do it. Pathetic. Sorry, this ruins the drink, doesn't it? Hey, that's no good, President. You're shaming the consigliere and you're making me look totally bad, too. Like, totally. Enough tequila. He says he can prepare the money if given an extension. So, President, how many days do you need? Like, totally. Oh, I miss that, too. Very well, I'm gracious enough to grant you an extension. Get fucking bent. 1 finger. Let's grant an extension, the cost of 1 finger per day. That's 10 days with your fingers alone. If you add in fingers of your family, it ought to buy you a whole month, yes. What the fuck? So he's learning how to make threats without a cue card. They aren't threats. Richard. Oh, forgive me. Did you find that unpleasant? I apologize. Tequila. Yeah, boss. Okay, President, let's continue this in the back. Wait! Shall we start with your wife's finger or your kids? Or should we start with yours after all? So, why don't we take some time now and pick a finger like totally? Richard!